我们现在开始讲今天晚上的课。
So we are going to begin with this evening's teaching now.
那么今天晚上的课的这个题目呢，烦恼和痛苦的来源。
The topic of this evening's teaching is the origin of afflictions and suffering.
就是因为我们每一个人在现实生活当中，就遇到很多很多的烦恼，然后也遇到很多的这个痛苦，然后我们很多人还不太清楚这些烦恼和这个痛苦的真正的来源是什么。
In the course of everyday life, everyone encounters a lot of suffering, they encounter a lot of affliction, but many people do not know and not clear about the true reason for this suffering and affliction.
我们绝大多数的人就认为这些烦恼、这些痛苦都就是来自于外面就是因为生活工作上的种种的事情导致的烦恼，我们认为这些原因都在外面。
Most people think that our suffering and afflictions come from external causes, things in our working lives or in our everyday lives. This is what most people think, the vast majority of people think.
那我们的这些烦恼各种各样的痛苦跟外面的这些东西有没有关系呢？当然就不能说没有任何的关系。
Is it the case, however, that our suffering and affliction has no connection with phenomena in the external world? Well, no, of course, we can't say that there's no connection whatsoever.
但是主要的原因，最主要的原因就不是外面的这些事物。
Nevertheless, the main reason for our suffering and afflictions is not external or things in the external world.
然后如果我们不知道这个烦恼和痛苦的来源是什么，这样子的话，我们没有办法断除这些烦恼，然后呢没有办法去面对很好的去面对这些痛苦。
But if we don't understand the true cause or the true reason for suffering and affliction, then we are not able to eliminate them and we're not able to confront them properly.
那这样子的话，我们是非常有必要去了解一下这些痛苦的真正的来源。
And so that's why it's extremely necessary that we do gain an understanding of the true cause of suffering and affliction.
然后我们了解了这个痛苦的来源，这样子以后呢，我们很多时候我们就不需要依靠其他的，就通过自己的能力，就把很多的这些烦恼很多的痛苦可以消除。
And once we understand what this cause is, then we will find ourselves in a position where we don't need to rely on many other methods, just relying on ourselves will be able to eliminate these afflictions and forms of suffering.
首先我们去了解一下，比如说我们做梦的时候在梦里面就是我们在现实生活当中经历的这些所有的这些感受梦里面这些都是一样的存在。
So if we first take the example of a dream to understand this, so all of the experiences that we have in a dream exist as they do.
然后我们正在这个做梦的时候这个梦里面发生的一切的这个真实性他们的真实性一点都不低于我们的这个现实生活的真实性。
And when we are having a dream, all that we experience is in no way less realistic than that which we experience in our normal waking state.
梦里面有些时候我们感到非常的恐惧。
Sometimes in our dreams we feel very afraid.
有些时候就是非常开心，或者是非常的不开心。
sometimes extremely happy, other times extremely unhappy.
这些情绪我们在现实生活当中的这些情绪，梦里面都会发生。
So all of the moods and emotions that we experience in our everyday waking life, we can experience in a dream too.
而且比如说我们不开心的时候，空虚的时候，这个时候的这种感受跟我们的现实生活是没有任何的区别。
And the unhappiness or the feeling of being afraid that we experience in a dream is in no way different to these emotions when we experience them in our ordinary waking lives.
那么理论上讲梦里面是不应该有这样子的恐惧。
In theory, we can say that in a dream we shouldn't feel this fear.
不应该发生这样各种各样的这些情绪。
And we shouldn't have all of these different kinds of emotions.
为什么呢？因为梦里面这些东西都是根本从来都没有出现过，从来都没有存在过。
And why do I say that? Because in a dream, none of these things have ever really existed. They don't truly exist.
然后梦里面的我们自己就是不存在我们现在的这样子的肉体，所以呢，梦里面的地水风火不会影响到我们在梦里面的这个身体。
And in terms of ourselves, because we don't have a physical body in the dream state, then the various four elements of earth, fire, water, and wind can't affect our body.
理论上是这样子但是呢，实际上呢就不是实际上我们现实生活当中的这些所有存在的这些梦里面都一样的出现，而且这些出现的时候，我们的内在的感受也是一模一样。
In theory, this is the way it is, but in actuality, in our dreams, all the things appear as they do in our everyday waking lives, and the feelings that we give rise to are the same as in our everyday waking lives too.
那么这个我们大家都非常清楚的。
So this is something that we all understand very clearly.
好，那么梦里面的这些东西都是不存在的这个我们大家也知道的，非常清楚的。
Everyone is also very clear that the things that exist in dreams are not real.
然后这些不存在的东西，从来都没有出现过的，或者是从来都没有发生过的这些事情，对我们的情绪也有很大的影响，这个也是我们大家都非常清楚的。
And that non-existent things or events that never happened or never occurred in reality that take place in our dreams, that they have a strong impact on our emotions, is something that we all understand very clearly too.
那么理论上是这样，但实际上不是。这个中间就是有这么大的一个差距。主要的原因在哪里？
That we understand this in practice, but there's a fairly big distance between our theoretical understanding and our experience. What's the main reason for this distance or this gap?
这个时候我们去分析去思考的时候，我们会发现一个非常重要的一个这个道理。
If we think a bit about this, if we analyze it, then we will discover a very important principle.
这道理是什么呢？就是这些东西，它是真实的，不真实比如说它是一个虚拟的或者是一个真实的，根本就不重要我们的心我们的意识把它当作是真实的然后它就变成真实的。
And that principle is that regardless of whether these things are not real or virtual, the fact is that our mind takes them to be real and considers them real.
然后我们的就把这一切当作是真实的 然后就不知道它是虚拟的，不知道它是无中生有的这样子的时候呢，然后它给我们带来的这种感觉跟真实的世界是一模一样，没有任何的区别。
And when our mind takes these various things to be real, not knowing that they lack any kind of inherent existence, the feeling that these things give our mind is exactly the same as if these things were real.
那做梦的时候，我们为什么把这梦里面的一切是当作是真实的呢？因为我们这个时候不知道自己在做梦我们那个时候不知道我人在这个梦境当中所以我们就把这个梦里面的所有东西都当作是真实的。
The reason that we take everything that takes place in a dream to be real is that we don't realize we are dreaming. We don't understand that we are presently in the dream state. So for this reason, we take everything that's happening to be real.
我们正在做一个非常非常恐怖的这样子的噩梦的时候，如果我们当下知道了我在做梦这是梦境而不是现实生活，这样子的话，那我们的所有的这些这个恐惧当下就一下子瞬间就会消失。
If we were having an extremely scary nightmare, if we were having a scary nightmare and we were to realize in the moment that we were having a dream and that what was taking place was not real life, then all of our feelings of fear would immediately disappear.
好，然后呢，我们再了解，把这些全部了解好了以后，我们再总结一下那么梦里面的这些情绪这些恐惧到底是怎么产生的呢？就是因为我把它当作是真实的，因为我的心把它当作是真实的就是因为这个原因产生了恐惧。
So if we summarize what we've said so far, that if we are to say what the reason for the feelings, the feeling of fear that we give rise to in dreams is, we can answer that it is that we take what takes place in a dream to be real, or rather our mind takes dreams to be real. And this is what gives rise to these feelings.
而不是因为梦里的这些是真实的真实的情况，梦里发生的都是真实情况。
So the reason is not because what is taking place in the dream itself is real.
那么这样子以后呢，我们就发现了一个道理，道理是什么呢？只要我们的心把这个任何一个东西，无论是它真实的、虚拟的什么样的东西，我们把它当作是真实的东西以后呢，它给我们带来的跟这个真实一模一样的感觉。
And so from all this we can discover a principle, and that principle is that our minds, so long as they take any object, any phenomenon to be real, regardless of whether it is or isn't, the feeling that it engenders in us is the same as if it were real. It's exactly the same.
所以我们就知道了我们在梦里面为什么有恐惧为什么有各种各样的情绪，就是因为我们把梦当作是真实的也就是我们不了解梦的真相所以就产生了这么多的烦恼跟现实生活一模一样的烦恼痛苦。
And so we can therefore say that the reason that we give rise to fear and other emotions in the dream state is because we don't understand the nature of dreams. That is, when we're dreaming, we take it to be real. And because of this, the dreams give rise to afflictions and sufferings in the same way that takes place in everyday life.
好，这样子我们这个梦里面我们不了解我们在做梦，这个叫什么呢？这就叫做无明用佛教的话来讲的话，这叫做无明我们不知道自己在处于什么样的状态不了解这个世界不了解自己，不了解这个世界，那么这个叫做无明。
So that we lack an understanding that we are in a dream. This lack of understanding, in Buddhist terminology, we refer to as ignorance. This lack of understanding of the state we're in, and a lack of understanding of the external world, this is referred to in Buddhism as ignorance.
然后我们因为我们不了解它的真相，所以我们把它当作这个真实的。那么这当作真实的，这个叫什么呢？这个就叫做我执用佛教的话讲我执，或者是叫做执着。
Because we don't understand the truth of these phenomena, therefore we take them to be real. And this taking of something to be real, which isn't, is what we refer to in Buddhism as attachment.
然后这个无明和这个执着，然后就是就制造了我们的梦里面的所有的这些恐惧痛苦烦恼。
So these two put together, ignorance and attachment, are responsible for all of the fear and affliction and suffering that we experience in a dream.
所以佛教讲12缘起12缘起就是我们的这个轮回，一个人的轮回从开始到最后的结束这个全部的过程就可以归纳为这个12缘起。那么12缘起的第一个就是无明。
And so in Buddhism, we speak of the 12 links of dependent origination. And these 12 links describe the entire process of from rebirth throughout cyclic existence. The first link of the first of the 12 links is ignorance.
就像梦里面的所有的恐惧，所有的烦恼，所有的痛苦实际上就是因为我们不知道自己在做梦就这么一个简单的这个错误，然后就导致了后面的所有的这些一切。
So it's just like in a dream where all of the suffering and affliction that we experience derives from the fact that we don't understand we are dreaming. A simple mistaken understanding like this is responsible for everything that, all the consequences that come after.
然后梦里面的这些一切都是不真实的，大家都知道，但是呢知道就是什么时候知道我们还没有进入这个梦的时候，我们才知道，那个时候我们的头脑是很清醒的，或者是我们从这个梦里面出来了以后才知道但是呢人在这个梦里面的时候呢，然后就根本就不知道在做梦，所以呢这个整个后面的全部我们把它当作是真实的，然后一旦把这个世界当作了真实，然后它就变得一个真实的世界一模一样，就让我们在梦里面挣扎，让我们在梦里面开心或者幸福或者痛苦。
Of course, we know that everything that takes place in dreams is not real, but when do we have this knowledge? When do we understand this? Well, we understand it prior to going into a dream, and we understand it after we've come out of a dream. However, when we are in a dream, we don't know this to be the case. And because we take then everything that takes place in the dream state to be real, we experience it exactly as if it were real. And so for that reason, we feel suffering, happiness, and similar such emotions.
好，然后我们在现实生活当中 现实生活当中也是一样啊。就是我们把这个世界然后就是这个世界当中发生的一切我们把它当作是真实的，把它当作是真实的以后呢，然后跟梦里面一样，然后就是各种各样的恐惧欲望、绝望等等，这些全部都会出现。然后呢，他们就导致了很多很多的烦恼、痛苦这就跟梦里面是一模一样。这后面的全部就12缘起当中的，除了无明以外的全部会产生。
And it's exactly the same in our everyday waking lives too. That is, we take things to be truly existent, and in taking them to be thus, we experience fear, desire, disappointments. These kinds of things emerge which lead to affliction and suffering in exactly the same way as when we are in a dream. So due to this, the following 11 links of the 12 links of dependent origination arise on this basis of ignorance.
这个时候我们也就把这个现实生活的真相如果了解得非常的透彻看得很清楚这样子的话，那我们从梦里醒过来了一样。完全有一个办法有一种办法完全可以把我们的这些恐惧绝望失望、烦恼、痛苦这些全部一下子可以消失。
But if we were to develop a penetrating and clear understanding of the nature of everyday waking life, then just as when we wake from a dream, we would similarly have a way to make all the disappointment, fear, despondency, suffering, affliction, and so forth disappear.
因为这个现实生活当中的烦恼这些痛苦是我们的心制造出来的。然后呢，它怎么制造的呢？就是它不是故意的因为它也是很迷茫他不了解这个世界的真相所以他就把这个世界当作真实的然后呢他只是把这个世界当作真实，他也没有别的。然后就一旦把这个世界当作真实的，然后就后面的所有的这些烦恼都出现了痛苦也就出现了。
And so all of the affliction and suffering that we experience in our everyday lives is generated by the mind. However, our minds don't generate these things deliberately. That is, they are rather blind themselves. They don't understand the truth of the world. They take the external world, the phenomenal world, to be real. And due to this, affliction and suffering emerge in our minds.
这个时候我们必须要明白一个道理道理是什么呢？平时我们恐惧的时候烦恼的时候，然后我们认为这个烦恼不开心的东西在我的心里发生了它们就像病毒一样的进入了我的心所以我现在不开心平时我们是这么认为。
So what we usually understand to be the way things are is that fear, vexation, unhappiness, etc. We usually imagine or envisage these things to be like viruses that enter inside our minds.
但实际上呢并不是某一个外面的东西进入了我们的内心，然后我们的心里就产生烦恼并不是。那是什么？就是因为我们的心就是我们的心去抓住某一个东西不放所以就导致了烦恼。
But in actual fact, it's not the case that some external force has entered into our mind and has therefore given rise to suffering and affliction. In actual fact, the reason is because our mind has grasped onto something very tightly and is not letting it go, and this is what causes affliction.
然后这个时候我们的心去抓住某一个东西，然后抓得越紧然后我们的心里就是烦恼就越多。
And the tighter that our mind grasps onto something, the greater the affliction in our mind will be.
比如说我们用手去抓火球这样子的话，那么只要我们的手一碰火那我们的手一定是很痛苦的。
For example, if we use the example of our hand grasping or touching some kind of fiery substance, then the touch of this would immediately cause a feeling of pain.
这个时候唯一的方法就是我们的手松开把这个火就扔掉这样子以后我们的手才能够解脱才能够离开这个痛苦。
The only thing that we can do in this situation is to release our hand, to let go of the fire, and to thus liberate our hand from the pain.
用这个比如说那个时候我们的手抓住了这个火这时候如果我们不懂得放开，那这样子的话手一定会严重受伤，非常的痛苦。
If at this moment when our hand grasps the fire, we don't understand that we need to release our hand, let it go, then our hand will necessarily sustain injury.
这个时候的唯一的方法呢，就是我们手放开把这个火扔掉。那么这个叫什么呢？在佛教里面这叫做放下平时我们大家都听到了无数次放下。什么放下呢？这个并不是说我们离开这个世界离开家庭，离开工作离开生活人就到某一个地方去，比如说出家了，或者是回避了，逃避了，那么这都不叫放下。
In this situation, the only thing for us to do is to release this fire, to let it go. So when this kind of releasing, this is what we refer to in Buddhism as letting go. Letting go, this is a phrase that everyone has heard countless times. Well, what do we mean by letting go? It doesn't refer to leaving the world, leaving one's family, leaving one's work and everyday lives, or taking up a monastic existence and avoiding worldly life.
放下就是用智慧来放下，而不是逃避就是用智慧就放下，才能够是佛教讲的放下。
Letting go needs to be done with wisdom. Letting go is not a form of avoidance. So when it is letting go with wisdom, then this is letting go in the Buddhist understanding of the term.
好，这个以上呢，我们讲了什么呢？我们就是说我们的烦恼然后就是我们所有的这个痛苦是我们的它的来源是我们的内心那我们的心它为什么是痛苦和这个烦恼的来源呢？这个并不是说痛苦和烦恼进入我们的心并不是这样子，而是我们的心去抓住就是让我们感觉到痛苦，让我们感觉到烦恼的这些东西然后他又不愿意放最后就是我们的这个出现了像12元气这样子。
So what we have just covered now is the origin of affliction and suffering. What we have said is that the origin of these things is our mind. And so it is not a case of suffering externally from an external place entering into our mind, but rather suffering and affliction arise due to our mind grasping onto objects that make us feel affliction and suffering. And this is also then our minds cling to these objects and are unwilling to let them go, and then from this result the 11 links of dependent origination that are founded on ignorance.
好，那么我们刚才讲了啊，这放下需要用智慧来放下啊，而不是我们人就是逃避啊，这个没有办法逃避。生老病死等这些痛苦还有就是我们的各种各样的烦恼这个是我们没有办法逃避的，他们就是我们比如说一个人的身体的影子一样，我们走到哪里只要有阳光我们身体的这个黑影立即就会出现的，所以我们人走到哪里烦恼就在哪里我们人走到哪里痛苦就在哪里，所以用这样子的逃避的方法是没有办法逃避，只有用智慧来放下。
And as we mentioned, letting go is something that needs to be done with wisdom. It's not a case of just simply avoiding something. In fact, the suffering of birth, aging, illness, and death, these are sufferings that we can't avoid. They're like our shadow. Our shadow follows us everywhere. So long as there is sunshine, it will always appear. And it's exactly the same with suffering too. Wherever we are, suffering will be there. So avoidance is not a viable approach. It's necessary that we approach this letting go with wisdom.
这个智慧我们要记住这个智慧就有两种智慧一个是什么？用我们的心去抓住一个东西的时候，如果这个时候我们发现了我们抓住的这东西所去抓的这东西去所抓住的东西是虚幻的像梦一样的东西我抓住的东西不是一个真实东西的话，那么这个时候也是智慧，这也是一种智慧，能够放下那这是第一个。
So in terms of wisdom, there are two kinds of wisdom. The first kind relates to a situation where our minds grasp onto an object that isn't real. So in letting go of grasping to such an object, this is one form of wisdom.
被抓住的是什么？就是外面的这个世界。如果我们用我们的心去抓住外面的世界，那么外面的世界是被抓住的。如果我们通过佛教的这个智慧知道了外面的这些都是如幻如梦这样子的话，我们也就不会去抓住所以这个烦恼也就会当下就可以消失。
If our minds grasp onto external phenomenon, if the external phenomenon are the object that is being grasped, well, if we can use Buddhist wisdom to understand that these external phenomenon are illusory, just like a dream, then we won't grasp onto these objects. We'll immediately be able to let go.
然后第二除了这个被抓的外面的东西以外，就是我们的心然后如果我们发现它自身也是虚拟的虚假的这样子的话，那我们就发现没有一个真实的东西去抓什么东西这样子以后呢，当下也就可以很多的烦恼很多的这个执着就可以消失。
And then in terms of the second form of wisdom, in this case, this is the mind, not the mind grasping external objects, but the mind grasping objects of the mind. If we can discover this to be real, to be illusory, then we will no longer grasp it and our afflictions will disappear too.
现在我们简单的介绍一下我们的内心就是去以我们的意识抓各种各样的这些万事万物的这个东西，就是我们的意识，它到底是一个什么样的我们简单的介绍一下。
What I'd like to briefly introduce now is the nature of this mind of ours that goes around grasping onto all various kinds of phenomenon.
比如说科技没有像今天这么发达的时候呢，我们不太了解我们自己的身体到底是一个什么样的很多地方我们是不了解的。
In days in the past, we, due to the fact that technology was not as advanced as it is today, humans didn't have such a thorough understanding of the nature of their physical bodies.
然后我们的意识到今天为止我们大家也不太清楚它到底是什么样的，我们的意识。
And until today, humans do not have a good understanding of the nature of their minds or consciousnesses.
然后我们尤其是不了解它的深层次的这个状态是什么样子。
What we especially lack knowledge of is the nature of the deeper layers of the mind.
首先我们简单介绍一下，然后呢我们再介绍一下这个我们去观察的一个方法观测自己的心到底是一个什么样的，这叫做观心佛教里面就简单介绍一下这种方法。
So what I'd like to firstly do is give a simple introduction or explanation of the mind, and then introduce a method that we can use to observe the mind.
首先我们的意识我们的心，它可以分很多很多不同的层次。
First of all, the mind is something that can be divided into many different layers.
它的非常的这个深的这些层面呢，我们平时都是接触不到的。
And the deepest levels or layers of the mind are ones that we typically don't have contact with, we don't encounter.
只有修禅定的人才能够接触到比较深层次的这个层面。
Only practitioners of meditation are able to experience these deepest layers of the mind.
然后禅定也有两种禅定，一个是有觉悟的禅定，有智慧的禅定另外一个呢就是没有智慧没有觉悟的禅定。
And in terms of meditation, there are two different types. The first kind of meditation that leads to the wisdom of awakening, and meditation that does not lead to the wisdom of awakening.
然后这个没有智慧的这个禅定它的穿透力不强所以它就没有办法突破我们的意识的很多很多的层面，它就只能突破一部分所以呢它看不见最深的地方。
And because meditation that does not have wisdom that leads to awakening lacks a particularly strong penetrating force, it's unable to break through or to transcend all the levels of our mind. It's only able to transcend some levels. And so for this reason, this kind of meditation cannot enable us to perceive the deepest layers of the mind.
这种没有智慧的这种禅定 它就像我们的肉眼能够看到的这个可见光一样啊。可见光的话，它的穿透力不强，所以呢，它只能看到我们身体的这个外面啊，就只能看到这个皮肤里面的比如说骨头这些，它都是看不见，因为它的穿透力不强。同样的，我们的这种没有觉悟的这种禅定的话，它就只能突破我们的意识的上面的比较表面的几个层面，但是呢，它的最低的这个层面，它是没有办法穿透，所以它也看不到。
So meditation that does not lead to the wisdom of awakening is like the visible light spectrum. So visible light only lacks sufficient penetrating force for us to see beneath our skin. With it we can only perceive our skin. We can't see anything beneath it. We can't see our bones or anything else. So in just the same way, meditation that doesn't lead to the wisdom of awakening only enables us to penetrate the surface layers of the mind.
这个禅定在佛教里面叫做四禅八定四禅八定一共是有8个不同的禅定。那么这个8个不同的禅定的总称它的总称就叫做极致极致，这是心非常非常的平静但是这是平静而已这个平静当中就没有智慧了，只是心非常的平静而已。那么这种禅定呢它看不见我们的心的最深的地方。
So this style or category of meditation that does not lead to the wisdom of awakening is what we refer to as meditation on the 8 jhanas. So the jhanas are different meditative states. As a whole, we refer to them as shamatha meditation, which is a meditation on calm abiding. Through practicing this meditation, one can bring the mind into an extremely calm, still state, but this is not a state of wisdom. So for this reason, while practicing calm abiding meditation, it is not possible to perceive the very deepest layers of the mind.
然后另外一个禅定它的穿透力是非常非常强大的它就像X 光一样，这个 X 光呢因为它的穿透力很强，所以它可以穿透我们的皮肤肌肉的这个层面，所以我们直接就可以看得到人的这个皮肤肌肉下面的这个骨头因为它的穿透力很强同样的这个我们的这个带有智慧的这个禅定它的穿透力很强，它就可以穿越所有的这些意识的这个层面，然后就直接能够看到我们的意识的最低最深的这个层面。
But this other style of meditation, that is meditation that leads to the wisdom of awakening, this has a much stronger penetrating force. It's like an X-ray that's able to penetrate our skin and muscle and directly perceive the bone beneath all of these. So this meditation that leads to the wisdom of awakening, it's able to transcend all the upper layers of our consciousness to experience the deepest layer or level of our mind.
那么这个像 X 光一样的这种智慧那是来自于什么呢它本身是我们的这个心理，它本身是存在的但是呢比如说一瓶水这水就变成了这个浑浊的水这样子的时候呢，实际上这个水的分子每一个水的分子 它是非常的清澈的但是呢，因为这个水分子当中呢，有进入了很多很多的其他的泥土然后呢就看不见这个水，透明的这个水。同样的，我们现在我们的这个意识当中就已经有这样子的这个智慧了，它本身是存在的但是呢，因为有太多的其他的这个杂念就把它遮盖了，以后呢，我们平时都不容易发现它的存在。
So this X-ray-like wisdom that we develop, where is it from? Well, in actual fact, it's already part of the mind. This wisdom already exists. We can say that it's like clear water that becomes turbid, murky water. When this takes place, the water molecules still remain as pure as they always were. However, due to the entrance into the water of other external particles, dirt, sediment, and so forth, it becomes impossible to see the water as it originally was in its clear, pure state. So it's the same too with our minds. The wisdom already exists in our minds. However, due to an abundance of discursive thoughts, this wisdom is obscured. And so for this reason, we typically don't easily perceive it.
比如说一桶浑浊的水这个浑浊的水当中，如果我们要把这个干净的这个水分子跟这个泥土要分开，那这样子的话，就最好的方法是什么呢？就是就把一桶水不要去动不动那么让它自己逐渐的变成了这个透明的清澈的水那么这个时候呢，我们就看见了这个水里面这个水里面的泥土的层面泥土和这个水分子分得很清楚了，这个时候我们可以得到这个最干净的水。
Let's just say that we had a bucket full of turbid water. So the best way to go about separating the clear water from the dirt and sediment would be just to let it sit, not to do anything to it, and to let the sediment settle in order to reveal the clear water. If we did this, then we would be able to perceive very clearly the clear water and the sediment layer.
道理是完全是一样这个真的是对作为一个修行人来说是非常非常重要的那我们也就是通过这个水把它变成干净的这个过程一样，我们也就是修禅定通过禅定逐渐的把这些我们的这些杂念沉淀然后呢我们就会看会找到我们的心里它本身存在的这个透明的部分，也就是我们的这个智慧这个时候我们把智慧和这个杂念头分开完全可以分开。那这个时候我们找到了这个智慧的时候呢，用这个智慧再去看这个世界或者是我们的内心本身。
So it's exactly the same principle in the context of practice, and this is an extremely important thing for practitioners to understand. So what we do is we use meditation, we use meditative concentration to still or to settle discursive thought activity. And when we do this, the clear or the luminous part of our mind, that is our wisdom, emerges. So by doing this, it's entirely possible for us to separate our discursive thoughts from our wisdom, and then we can use this wisdom to observe our mind or the external world.
让我们每一个人通过这个打坐禅修的方法，从自己的内心当中就往自己的内心当中去找这个智慧，一定能够找到的我们一定会能够找到，因为它本身是存在的。所以我们平时呢，虽然它存在但是我们没有认出来不知道是个什么样。那么现在我们通过这个禅修的方法那么这样子的话，一定会这个能够找到这个智慧能够找到这个智慧，就是一桶水浑浊的时候看起来就看不见这个，就是这里面有干净的水但是呢泥土沉淀了以后呢，我们自然就发现原来水分子它永远都是清澈的。那同样的，我们现在往里面看，根本就感觉不到有什么智慧的存在我们的内心当中都是这些很多很多，大部分都是负面的情绪根本就看不到但是呢，通过这种方法通过这种禅定的方法，然后我们也就一定能够找到这个智慧，总有一天我们一定会能够找到这个智慧。
If all of us use this method of meditation to search in our inner minds, we will all be able to discover this wisdom. All of us will necessarily be able to locate it because it truly exists. However, usually we don't discover it, we can't locate it. And so what we need to do then is using meditation by means of meditation to locate this wisdom. It's just like turbid water. When it's in a turbid state, we can't discern clearly the clear water. However, when we let the dirt and sediment settle to the bottom, then the clear, limpid water is apparent. So at present, when we look at our minds, we can't discover any wisdom whatsoever. In fact, our minds seem full of negative thoughts and emotions. However, through meditation, through the practice of meditation, we will all be able to locate that wisdom. One day we will surely do so.
让我们找到了这个智慧的时候，用这个智慧来看我们自己的心。
And when we've discovered or located this wisdom, we can use this wisdom to observe our mind.
这个时候我们看到的跟我们现在看到的完全是两回事。
And what we will perceive at this time will be extremely different from what we perceive currently.
就像用可见光去看，或者是用这个 X 光去看同样一个物质的结论一样。
It's in fact the same as the different conclusions or that we would gain from looking at the same object with ordinary light and using X-ray light.
或者是用肉眼看物体和用显微镜看物体肉眼和显微镜同样看同样一个物体得到的不同的结论一样。
We could say it's like looking at a particular material object using one's naked eye versus looking at it, examining it using an X-ray. The same object would produce different conclusions depending on what we were looking at it with.
用肉眼看我们根本没办法看到这些物质的内部的结构。
If we were to use our naked eye to look at a particular object, we wouldn't be able to discern the inner structures of it.
根本就没有办法知道这个物质的它的本身的本质。
It would be impossible for us to discover the essence of a particular material object.
然后用可见光看我们的这个肉体，根本就没有办法知道它的内部的结构。
Just like when we use ordinary light, ordinary visible light to observe our own bodies, we cannot discern their inner structures.
同样的我们刚才讲的这种寂知寂知的禅修，用这个寂知的禅修来看我们的心的本性，根本就没有办法知道它的真正的这个真相是什么样子。
And it's just like this that when we use or when we practice shamatha meditation, calm abiding meditation, it's not possible by means of this meditation to discover the truth or the true nature of our minds.
然后科学家就是用 X 光和显微镜看，他知道就能够看到这些很多我们眼睛看不到的东西发现了这个道理。同样的佛就发现了用我们现在的这种念头，各种各样的念头还有就是没有念头的这个禅修，寂知的禅修，用这两个东西去看我们的自己的我们的内心，是根本没有办法看到它的本质。这个佛就发明了发现了这个道理。
So just as scientists discovered that looking at a particular object, viewing it through X-ray light, the result that one sees is very different to looking at it with one's naked eye, the Buddha discovered that looking at the mind using discursive thought or using shamatha meditation, it's not possible to discover its basic essence. This is a principle that the Buddha discovered.
然后佛同时也就是发现了我们自己的心里有一个是像显微镜像 X 光这样子的东西，用这个东西去看我们的心然后就才能够看到它的本质或者是看到它的最深的层面。
And the Buddha also discovered that the mind has a capacity or a power that is just like a high-powered microscope or an X-ray, and that if we use this to examine the mind, to observe the mind, then it's possible to perceive its essence or its deepest layer. 如果用这种智慧去看我们的内心然后我们就发现它就是一种像梦一样的虚拟世界。这所有的虚拟世界，所有的世界是他创造出来的一个虚拟的东西，它本身也是虚拟，然后呢他创造出来的这个世界更加是虚拟的。 And if we use this wisdom, we use this power of wisdom to observe our own minds, then we will discover that in fact they are illusory or unreal, just like a dream. So we'll discover that not only is the mind illusory itself, but the world that it generates or produces, the phenomena that it produces, are even more illusory.
现在我们修心的时候，我们修心打坐的时候，我们的工作是什么我们的目的，修心的目的是什么？就是我们的内心当中原有的本身就存在的这个智慧的部分这个部分体验出来这个体验出来，然后用这个来看我们的内心我们的这个修心就是这样，这个就是我们作为一个修行人的目标或者是工作是这样子。我们打坐到底要干什么呢？就是要把我们比如说是一桶浑浊的水，让它这个泥土沉淀然后就看到这个透明的水一样，就是我们的内心当中把这个智慧的东西要找到找到了以后呢，然后用这个来看而不用我们的这个念头，各种各样的念头，或者是 这个稍微没有念头的这个机制啊，不要用这个来看这个世界，这两个东西是看不到这个世界的真相，也看不到我们的内心的真相，所以必须要找到这个智慧，然后用这个来看，它就像显微镜，它就像 X 光。
So as meditation practitioners, what is our core task? What is our core goal? Well, this is to observe our inner minds and to extract the wisdom that inherently resides within, and to use this wisdom in turn to observe the mind itself. This, in a nutshell, is what the goal of our practice is, or what our task is as practitioners. It's just the same way as if we had a bottle of turbid water and we were to let it settle and then observe the clear water that would appear as a result. So what we need to do is extract this wisdom first, locate it, extract it, then use it to observe the mind. And so this is how we should observe the mind, rather than through discursive thought activity or shamatha methods of meditation. The reason is because these two approaches are not able to, can't equip us to perceive the true nature of the external phenomenal world and of ourself. So first we need to locate this wisdom. This wisdom is just like an X-ray or a high-powered microscope.
如果我们找到了这个智慧用这个智慧往外一看，然后这个整个的这个世界就变成VR 眼镜里面看到的这个虚拟世界一样，一下子就变成这样子。
If we take this wisdom and then use it to view the external phenomenal world, then the whole world will appear as if we were wearing VR glasses.
然后这个智慧往内心往里观察的时候呢，然后我们的所有的这些情绪所有的念头都一下子就变成了像彩虹一样什么是像彩虹一样？彩虹我们从远处看就是有一个这样子的东西存在，但是呢近处去看没有一个这样子真实的东西就是这样子，所以我们往外看往里看，就是得到一个跟之前是完全不一样的结果。
If we were to orient or direct this wisdom inwards, on the other hand, we would discover that all of our emotions, all of our thoughts are just like a rainbow. And just like a rainbow, insofar as when we look at a rainbow from a distance, it appears as if it really exists. However, when we get up close, we can appreciate that it's not real. And so by taking this wisdom and directing it outward and directing it inward, we can gain understandings that are completely different from the ones that we have previously had.
那么现在我们没有这样子的智慧我们的内心当中有这个智慧的成分但是呢我们没有把它体验出来，所以就是我们用不上。那用不上的时候呢，我们用我们的感官和我们的意识，我们的感官去看然后呢我们的意识去分析，这个时候这世界就变得非常真实的，就是像做梦的人在梦里的时候一样，我们的感官再观察也就没有办法突破这个世界的这个世界的这个表面的这个层面，然后我们的意识再思考也就没有办法突破，所以他们看到的都是表面的那这个时候呢，我们的心里我们的内心会给我们制造很多的这个烦恼，很多的痛苦。
At the present, however, we are lacking this kind of wisdom. Even though we have this element of wisdom, it already exists in our minds. Because we haven't yet extracted it, therefore we are currently unable to put it to use. So instead, we experience the world through our sensory faculties, and we process it using our mental consciousness. And in this way, the world, the phenomenal world, appears very real to us, just like things appear to be real in a dream. And if we experience the world in this way, then however we think, however we examine, we are unable to transcend this layer of apparent reality. No matter how much we analyze or think, we are only able to experience or perceive the superficial reality of things. And by experiencing the world in this way, it gives rise to affliction and suffering in our minds.
然后用这个智慧看这个世界的时候呢，是一个什么样的感觉呢？比如说我们做梦的时候做一个非常可怕的噩梦的时候，就瞬间我们知道在做梦那是什么感觉呢？当下就把这个所有的恐惧会消失，但是呢梦就不一定停止，梦会继续的梦中的这些现象都会继续的，但是这个现象呢，它不会给我们带来任何的烦恼任何的这个恐惧。那这个时候我们找到了这个智慧，用这个智慧看这个世界的时候呢，就是这样子的感觉。
But once we locate this wisdom and we use it to perceive the world, then it is just like being aware when we're having a nightmare that we are having a nightmare. In an instant, we lose all our fear. Even though we lose our fear, the dream might still continue. That is, the phenomenon of the dream might still continue. The difference is, though, that it no longer produces affliction or fear. So when we locate this wisdom in our mind, the way that we approach the world, we perceive or experience the world will be very different.
那么这个叫什么呢？这叫做在佛教里面这叫做开悟。
So in Buddhist language, we describe this realization as realization of the ultimate nature of mind. Sometimes we refer to it as enlightenment.
开悟是什么？开悟就是我们找到了我们内心当中本来就存在的这个智慧的部分智慧的部分这叫做开悟。
So when we talk about realization or awakening, what we are really meaning here is locating or discovering this wisdom element in our mind.
也就是我们就找到了一个显微镜一样。如果我们找到一个显微镜，用这个看这个物体那我们就看得非常的清楚看到它的真相。
So it's just like discovering a high-powered microscope. If we were to discover one, then we would be able to view objects with great clarity. We would be able to perceive their truth.
就像现在的医学它就有这个X 光因为有了这个 X 光以后呢，它可以看到人体的很多内部的这个结构一样，我们就找到了这个智慧的时候然后呢，我们可以看到我们的内心的真实情况。
So it's just like in modern medicine, X-ray technology enables people to see all kinds of inner structures of the human body. And it's the same with this wisdom. Using this wisdom, we are enabled to perceive our inner truth.
所以这个智慧真的是非常非常的重要而且非常的实在 这个是一个非常真实的非常真实的东西，存在的东西只不过我们现在目前还没有发现而已。
And so this wisdom is extremely important. It's also very real. It's also very existent. It's only that up until now we haven't yet discovered it.
好，我们最后简单的说一下我们怎么样去照这个智慧的方法。
And so I'd lastly like to talk briefly about how we can go about locating or discovering this wisdom.
那么找这个智慧如果条件不成熟机缘不成熟的时候呢我们就花了再多的力气，花了再多的时间，也不一定能够发现。
In terms of discovering this wisdom, if the surrounding conditions are not yet mature, then regardless the amount of energy and time that we invest in this project, we won't discover it.
然后条件成熟的话呢就有可能就非常容易的方法，就一个很简单的方法也能够找到这个智慧。
However, when our conditions are mature, then even just a very simple, easy method might enable us to discover it.
藏传佛教的方法是什么首先像思加心外加心内加心，这些加心一步一步逐步的修。
So the approach of Tibetan Buddhism is to first gradually, step by step, complete both the outer and inner preliminary practices.
然后就是最后还要有一段时间当中呢要禅修。
And then after that, dedicate a period of time to meditation practice.
然后通过这个禅慧的方法把我们内心当中的很多的罪业把它清净。
And then using or practicing confession practices to purify negative karma in our minds.
这是通过像供曼扎拉的方法累积积累很多的这些资粮或者是福报。
And by means of the practice of making mandala offerings, accumulate a lot of merit and positive conditions.
最后就是上师的加持我们通过上师瑜伽获得上师的加持。
And then finally, we receive the blessing of our teacher.
在这些所有的条件具备的情况下，然后呢我们找到上师给我们的指点然后呢上师帮我们寻找这个内在的智慧。在这样子的情况下，我们就能够很顺利的找到我们自己内心的这个智慧。
And then finally, after all of these steps have been completed, we receive instructions, pointing out instructions from our teacher that enable us to locate this wisdom. And at this point, we will very smoothly, very easily be able to locate it.
好，那么我们今天的这一堂课里面呢，我们简单的说了就是我们的痛苦的烦恼和痛苦的来源是什么样子，然后呢要解决这些问题的话，我们用什么东西用什么方法去解决简单的介绍了。然后呢当然有很多具体的方法呢，还有很多系统的这些方法呢，那比如说思加行无加行禅修还有等等那么这个我们要系统的学习然后呢逐步的修这样子我们所有人都有机会能够找到这个智慧，完全是可以。如果我们有一天找到了这个智慧，那拥有这个智慧的人看这个世界 跟我们现在看是完全是不一样。我们现在看这个世界是给我们带来很多很多的烦恼拥有这个智慧的人看然后这个世界就根本不会给他带来很多的这个痛苦。所以我们佛教讲轮回的痛苦这个并不是说是绝对的痛苦，轮回它也不是绝对的痛苦要看什么样的人。比如说没有这种智慧的人来说轮回是痛苦的然后有这样子的智慧的人来说轮回根本不是痛苦的不但是不痛苦，而且轮回就是幸福的快乐的。这个是大乘佛教里面有非常明显的记载所以呢轮回是不是痛苦不是用轮回来决定，而是用我们的人的心来决定没有智慧的时候什么也没有，什么也不懂，那轮回当然很痛苦了然后呢我们拥有这样子的智慧了慈悲了，那轮回不痛苦所以佛教讲的轮回痛苦是相对的，不是绝对的。
So just briefly, in the teaching this evening, we've looked at what affliction and suffering are, and we've also looked briefly at the methods that, or the method that we can use to resolve this affliction and suffering. In terms of concrete systematic practices geared at achieving this, such as the inner and outer preliminary practices, meditation practices, etc., all of these need to be studied systematically and practiced step by step. But so long as everybody does this, then discovering this wisdom is something that everyone can do. It's something that everyone in this lifetime has an opportunity to do. And for people who discover this wisdom, for people who locate it, the way that they view the world is very different to the way that we do now. Currently, we look at the world and it is a source of much suffering. But that is because we currently lack this wisdom, and so the world strikes us, it appears to us as a world that's full of suffering. But in actual fact, whether even though we speak in Buddhism about the suffering of samsara, in actual fact, samsara's suffering is not absolute in nature. If we lack Buddhist wisdom, then samsara seems, it appears as suffering. With wisdom, however, not only is samsara not suffering, but it's actually happy and joyful. And this is something that the Mahayana teachings clearly expound. So whether or not samsara is experienced as suffering is determined not by samsara itself, but by our minds. With wisdom, samsara is not suffering. So therefore, the suffering of samsara is only a relative truth, it's not an ultimate one.
轮回是不是痛苦，就是要看我们以什么样的身份出现在这个轮回如果我们以现在的这样一个非常凡夫普通的人的身份出现在这个轮回，那当然我们没有任何的能力，轮回当然是痛苦的有很多地方是让我们非常痛苦的。如果我们有一天就不是这个身份就是拥有大悲，然后就是拥有智慧这样子的以菩萨的身份出现轮回当中，那轮回就不是痛苦了，轮回就是幸福的快乐的所以我们现在的工作是什么呢？工作是把这个痛苦的轮回把它变成幸福的把它变成快乐的。不仅仅是我们自己感觉到这个轮回幸福快乐，而且让所有的人也能够感觉到轮回就是幸福，轮回就是快乐这叫做轮回即是涅槃大乘佛教的一个口号，非常重要的一个对这个实际上是完全是可以做到的这个就是我们的工作，这个就是我们一个修行人的目标。
Whether or not samsara is experienced as suffering rests on the identity that we take in samsara. So as we currently are in the position of, in the identity of an ordinary mortal being, because of our lack of capacity, then there is much in samsara that we experience as suffering. However, if one day we were to take the form of someone with great compassion and great wisdom, then samsara would not be suffering. It would be very happy. And so therefore, our present task is to transform the suffering of samsara into happiness, and not just for ourselves, but also for all beings, so that they too experience the happiness of existence. Samsara is also nirvana. This is a popular saying in the Mahayana teaching. This is something that is actually very achievable to make samsara nirvana, and in fact, this should be the goal of our practice.
好，我们的今天的这个课教到这里，然后呢，顺便说一下，明天我们早上要这个受八关斋戒，那就是要说明一下这个八关斋戒的一些注意事项。
So we're going to conclude our teaching for tonight here, and I'd now like to talk a little bit about the taking of the 8 precepts tomorrow morning. There's a couple of things to note that I'd like everybody to hear.
首先明天我们来受这个八关斋戒的第一个就是不要吃早餐第一次受的时候不能吃早餐，这是一个。第二就是要洗澡。这两个。
So the first 2 things are that everyone who comes to receive the vows tomorrow, please don't eat breakfast. And the second point is to have a shower.
还有一个我们明天只守1天，然后还有一个呢，我们比如说，如果未来的3年或者是5年或者是一辈子的这个戒律如果一次性的守的话也是可以的所以呢我们明天来受八关斋戒的大家要做好准备，明天到底受多长时间的八关斋戒。比如说我们准备守3年3年的八关斋戒，3年，然后3年的每一个月守几天都要今天就要想好准备好比如说只守明天1天的我想可能大家不是明天只守明天1天的可能很少然后呢守3年或者5年这个准备好确定，然后3年也好5年也好每个月到底是守几天佛经里面有记载的比较好的日子呢，初8然后就是15、30就这3个。这3个我们初8、15这些是藏历或者是农历都可以的，农历藏历都可以。然后这些时间要确定好明天也会讲，但是呢因为明天呢因为时间的关系可能没有就没办法讲太多的这方面的所以我们今天都要做好，大家要做好准备到底守多长时间每个月守1天或者守2天3天这个今天就要准备好。
The third point is that tomorrow everyone needs to have made up their minds about how long they're going to take the vows for. So, for example, it's possible to take the vow just for one day, but probably very few people intend to do just this. So make up your minds whether you intend to take the vows for, say, 3 years or 5 years. It's also possible to take them for your entire life. lifetime. Everyone also needs to decide, depending on how long you're taking the vow for, how often you're going to observe the 8 Mahayana precepts. So whether how many times or how many days you're going to do so each month. In the Buddhist scriptures, there are auspicious days that are mentioned for taking the 8 precepts, such as the 8th, the 15th, and the 30th day of either the Tibetan lunar calendar or the Chinese lunar calendar. Either of these are fine. So everybody in advance needs to decide how long you're going to take the vows for, and also how often you're going to take the vows as well. So tomorrow I'll also remind everyone about this. However, because we're not going to have a lot of time tomorrow morning, I thought I would mention it now.
还有几个准备的是，比如说我们到时候这个守节的日子记错了或者是当天忘了有可能会出现这样子的问题如果这样子的话，那我就第二天再补一天就是这个也要做好准备我们守节的时候有这样子准备，到时候就可以这么做要灵活一点然后呢，有些时候实在是不方便这个固定的日子守的话那就是提前1天或者往后挪一下这个也要做好准备还有就是比如说我们中秋节还有中秋节的这个15号，还有就是这个大年30这个时候呢，大家都要跟家人团聚这时候如果守节的话，跟家里的人带来很大的不方便。这个时候呢，我们最好不要守节那就是但是如果是要这个每个月的这个30都我们要发心守的话，那个时候怎么办？那就提前守提前1天就可以了这一类的都做好准备大家都心里做好准备这样子灵活一点的话，到时候就方便一些就主要是这些，大家今天就准备好，其他的呢我们明天就是5点半的时候就开始，也有一点时间有些事情明天可以说。
And then the final thing is just to remind everyone to prepare yourselves mentally for when taking the vows for the prospect that you might forget one day that you're meant to observe the vows, or you might mistake the date on which you're meant to be observing them, in which case you need to be flexible. You need to make up for the day that you missed. You can, or if there's a day when it's just not convenient for you to observe the 8 precepts when you've committed yourself to doing so, you can observe them the day before or the day after. So on festivals like the Moon Festival or the Chinese New Year on the 15th and 30th of these months, it's rather inconvenient to observe the 8 precepts on these days. It's especially for one's family members. So in cases like this, you can observe the precepts the day before or the day after. So everyone needs to be ready to be flexible with their observation of the precepts. And there's a few other things to mention. Kemba will mention them tomorrow morning when everybody gathers together at 5:30.
然后还有一个呢，我们这个守八关斋节是临时安排的大概就是1个星期前安排的，所以呢我们没有这个守节的这方面的英文的资料没有这个衣柜没有来得及翻译，也没有找到这样子的资料，所以明天就没有翻译没有人翻译，这个大家要记住。
And just another point to mention is that the 8 Mahayana precepts ceremony that's going to take place tomorrow was just scheduled very, very recently, just 1 week ago. And for this reason, we haven't located an appropriate English liturgy for the precept. So tomorrow it's only going to be in Chinese. There won't be any English translation.
然后如果讲英语的如果要守的话，我们可以下一次就这些衣柜这些资料准备好了以后就可以守或者是如果是特别想守的话呢，那就今天晚上把这个衣柜的内容自己了解一下 自己了解一下，然后我们明天这个用这个虽然不是英文，但是呢那个时候内容知道了就可以可以守这条戒如果实在是很想守的话，也可以这样子。
Or for English-speaking members of the audience who really, really want to take the vows tomorrow, what you can do is tonight familiarize yourselves with the content of the 8 Mahayana precept liturgy. And if you familiarize yourself with this tonight, then tomorrow you can take the vows. Even though they'll be given in Chinese, you'll be familiar with the content. So this is also another possibility.
好，我们现在最后大家一起做回向首先什么叫做回向呢就是我们今天的这个听经闻法的这个功德分享给天下所有的众生这样子叫做回向。
So we're going to end with a dedication of merit. Dedication is when we take the merit that we have gained through listening to a Buddhist teaching and share it with all beings.
然后我们同时发愿天下所有的众生就是因为我们的这个分享，因为我们的功德能让大家幸福、快乐、健康。然后最后都能够这个往生西方极乐世界，或者是成佛解脱，这样子的心愿叫做回向我们大家这个发这样子的心愿，然后就念这个回向文。
And we also do so with the aspiration that our act of sharing this merit will enable all beings to enjoy happiness and good health and ultimately be reborn in Amitabha's Pure Land or achieve Buddhahood or liberation. So when we make this dedication, we do so with this aspiration.
说那么的一当着18年都你别着那帮学这个南极瓦龙这把这边做连着周日修我们红班子个人白马色的红我们红班子个人白马色的红我们红班子个人白马色的红阿弥陀佛，谢谢大家，扎西德勒。